Hi, everyone. So, have you ever heard that cybersecurity is not an IT issue? It's not even a cybersecurity, but it's a business issue. So, how come we haven't fixed that in our formal education, like universities, colleges, or even in private education, the ones that actually issue certificates and provide hands on training? We keep going back to the very, very technical cybersecurity. Yes, I'm not saying we shouldn't do that. I mean, we need analysts that can key crunch, code, solve the technical problems that is always needed. However, if we keep saying for years and years now that it is a business issue, how come we don't have a more broad curriculum for cybersecurity? I mean, even back in 2014, the National Association for Corporate Directors, on their handbook, they were very clear, even back then, that directors, board of directors, that is, need to understand the approach to cybersecurity as an enterprise wide risk management issue, not an IT issue. That was principle number one that I just read for you. So, how come? Remember, as an entry level, you will require that coding, that technical skill, troubleshooting, break and fix. But anything above that entry level, and let's say even at the beginning and the senior level, but most definitely on the lead level, and I'm talking about non-management, you will start finding that you will require other skill sets to get the job done. First one and foremost, right off the bat, you will discover that you will need communication skills, that you will need some type of sales or marketing or advertising training. Because if you want your project approved, you will have to be convincing enough to talk to your management, and it might be your direct manager, might be your VP, whoever approves that budget, that your project is solving a key problem, a key issue in your organization that will assist them to continue bringing in revenue. Now, how you connect the dots, how you put the pitch together, how you do that first PowerPoint deck. Well, just for you, I have some training on how to do that in the link below. But let's discuss a little bit. Let's elaborate a little bit. You will come in as a beginner analyst. Yes, you bring your certificate, you bring your college education, and nowadays training, life training is great because you a self-made individual that have systems at home, and you train and you build yourself, and you got the foot through the door. Now you're in a company, but as you progress your career, first one, there's a senior and then the lead, you will discover that you will need a little bit more than that. Let's start with the communication skills. How you will elaborate the problems that you're facing to different audiences. And we're not even at the project phase. You're trying to understand, first of all, what are your stakeholders' needs? Let's say you're dealing with someone in HR, legal, or accounting, and they are facing some issues that they want to integrate product A, product B, or come up with some new solutions. So they, move their agenda forward. How you will communicate that, yes, there is a product in-house, or there's this new product, and this could solve these issues versus that issue, and continue elaborating that. And not only that, understand actually what they're trying to achieve, not only the technical part. You will have an active listening skills to understand what the root problem is and try to solve them. And how that technology integrates with the roadmap to the organization, how that technology or solution that you will provide align with the organization's portfolio, so on and so forth. Now, getting to the project part, let's say you got that down. Congratulations. Now, let's say you need to get the product in. Now, you're not the only product fighting for that budget, fighting for that limited amount of dollars. How you put your project in there is convincing that you deserve a piece of that budget to move this project for your client forward. Now, some of them might say, well, that's the client's problem trying to sell that, but you play a huge part in that. So, understanding how that project ties in to deliver the corporate objectives, how that project or that solution ties in and supporting the mission, the vision of the organization, and better delivering the products and service that your organization provides and delivers to your customers and shareholders. Having that alignment, understanding that alignment, you will not find that type of training in your computer science program, on your IT program. Not today. Not even on private training, certificate-driven organization, because that gets you trained on a technology, but not what to do with the technology, or even the idea of bringing that technology to the organization, assuming that organization might have that technology. That's what the training is for. You need to be proficient. No, you need that training. Don't take me wrong. But that is very limiting. And as I just mentioned earlier, even the back in 2014, the organizations already knew that IT and cybersecurity is not only an IT and cybersecurity issue, but it's a business issue. So yes, you can sit here and say, well, the business needs to learn IT, the business needs to understand cybersecurity, but you cannot just say there and point fingers. You need to understand also what their issues are. You also need to meet halfway. When colleges will do that, I don't know. When private certificate given granting organizations will tackle the other part. I mean, you heard me in the past mentioning that these organizations that train you have this underlying assumption, for example, in vulnerability management, that you will patch everything. Well, honorable, noble, but is not what's going to happen in your organization. If you spend any 30 days, consecutive 30 days in any organization, you'll find out that it doesn't work that way. You will not patch everything. You will have a priority. Even when that priority, we will have another priority on top of that priority. So you need to understand. But when you get trained, you don't know that. So there is several areas of improvement in terms of training in cybersecurity. And let's say you go to your manager. You were a cybersecurity senior analyst or even a lead analyst. And you go to your manager and say, hey, I need to go to this public speaking training. Or I need to go to this sales training. Most likely, you'll probably get denied because it does not align with your job duties. However, I can argue the fact that when you're presenting a project, you're actually selling something. You're selling your idea. You're selling the vision. But without proper training, you think you can be successful on your job? So I guess this hint is for the managers. Think broadly, more broad, because yes, your analyst, if he has potential, he or she has potential of becoming even more, becoming even a leader later on. You can facilitate that training, but allowing these type of non-technical training that can build up their character, build up their portfolio, build up their skills beyond the technical, beyond the key crunching, keyboard typing, individual break and fix troubleshooting and coding applications, but also selling that, making great presentations, understanding the root of the problem, build a presentation that hits on that, and everyone's going to win. The organization, your department, the analyst, because one of the things that you don't get trained is business politics. That one you learn in each organization. However, you need business skills, you need marketing skills, you need nowadays even social media skills if you're in a small business. You need sales skills to be successful in cybersecurity. You need to understand that not everything is an IP address, not everything is a subnet, not everything is a SIM that you're not sending my logs here and you should send because, hey, the standard said so. Do you even understand why the standard said so? Do you even understand why you have a standard? Do you even understand what is the impact to the business about your request? All of that need to be figured out, but you're not going to figure it out if you only had IT training or cybersecurity training. Other options you can do in your career, perhaps, if those trainers are not allowed, and move laterally within your organization. Learn more. If the organization allow that, so if your organization have a shadow program that you can shadow somebody in a business, take advantage of that, because there's another way to get trained. Understanding their perspective, sitting on their meetings, see what they're challenged every day. So you're the one supporting the technology that allowed them to do the work. You will better understand and have a better appreciation of what they're going through and what you could do to solve. I mean, in the past, when cybersecurity was brand new, I know that a lot of individuals that started got embedded in IT and vice versa until, it becomes a full-blown discipline. But understanding that will take you a long way. So why is that? Why colleges, universities, and private training organizations are still falling behind on something that is, and I cite this National Association Corporate Directors guide from 2014. Now, we might have even older than that. I was not planning to dig any older than 2014. But if we have the advice since 2014 that cybersecurity is a business issue, and we've been saying till now, and probably we're going to continue saying the same thing, yet we haven't found programs that fully train an individual on those things. Now you have, if you go to a college, you go to a university, you're going to have these core studies. Yes, you have to take your English, you have to take your accounting, you have to take, but it lacks the tie between that and your degree classes. I mean, perhaps it's not too far of a leap to make that connection. But I know that private organizations, certificate granting organizations are very narrow on their topic of doing that. Should be that way, but it wouldn't hurt adding a little chapter, a half a day, commenting how to proper show these skills, not only for the analyst, but if you're progressing in your career as a senior analyst, for progressing to a lead, the same way you have your training for entry level into more seniors, having those prereq, that you add a little bit more that conversation. Not even need to be on your books, but ask your instructors to have that conversation. You say you're hands-on, you show that you can get out of that training and go to work and put it to practice. So have that chat with all your students, how they can use that to get their next project approved.